So welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is a live stream with live peoples on a Thursday having a chat, a natter in chat. I'm doing a little bit of colour mixing with my HYDRUS fine art watercolours by Dr. P.H. Martin's HYDRUS watercolours. They're light, fast, they're professional watercolours, and there's a lot of good YouTube videos out there with how to use them on watercolour paper and very strong, but I kind of like using them in my colour books. But I also have to use them with just a damp brush so that the pages stay lovely and flat. So they're very vibrant, and I really like them, but I've only got one set. So I thought I'd do a little bit of colour mixing, so kind of get some in-betweeny colours. So I actually set them all out and forgot to press record because I'm an idiot. So basically we had yellow Hansa. So I put 2 drops of yellow Hansa and 1 drop of gamboge in there. But I think I'm actually going to actually go here and put 2 drops of yellow Hansa. And I'm just going to put the tiny, because I'm trying to get a cad yellow. And the gamboge is like a tangerine colour, and the lemon is, this is set 1 of the HYDRUS. If I mix that, that's lighter than that one, so that's a lot lighter. And I think that's a warm yellow, so that's going to be my cadmium yellow. And then I've kind of got an in-betweeny colour, and then I've got a tangerine, and then I put a drop of cadmium red in with the gamboge, so I've kind of got a bit more of an orangey colour. I got 2 drops of Hansa and 1 of cadmium red. Then I've got 1 cadmium lead and 2 colours. We've lost them all now. I was going to ask if you wash that out. Can't we do it later, or do you want to do it now?
I can do it later. I'll do it tomorrow instead.
Okay. If you can... Alright then. No, it doesn't matter, it's alright. So then we got... 1 Hansa and 2 cad red, brilliant cad red, 2 cad reds. So that's the true colour. And then I put some alizarin crimson in that one. Oh, sorry, deep red rose. And then we've got deep red rose. And then we have alizarin crimson. And we have quinacridone magenta. And then I put some cobalt violet. And this is all from the set 1 with an extra couple of colours. Acridone magenta with the purple to just lighten it up a bit, and then we have the cobalt violet, and then I've put here, I think I got 2, and what I normally do is I put them away in the little pot. I keep them in a little pot when I've used them, then I know I've got them all out. So the ultramarine was there, so I've got ultramarine and I've got ultramarine. So what I was going to do is just try, because I do like some blues, to see if I can get a lighter blue. So I was going to put I put 2 drops. I only wanted 1 drop. So I put 1 drop of white into that ultramarine. And that's given, it's lightened it up, but it's changed it kind of. So I think I'm going to put, and you just have to shake them before you use them. And I'll just look at chat in 1 second. I'm going to put 2 in that one, and I'm going to put 1 of each in that one, because I do like that colour, but I think I'd want one in between. So you could use a cocktail stick to mix this if you wanted. I don't know what it's done to the blue, but it's done something. So the next one, and then we have this one here. So I quite like the idea of, I've got a bit of white in there. So now we've got cobalt blue, and I don't use this one very often, so I'm going to put that one in there. Now these will run if I move this tray, but eventually they will dry and they will look like this, and they'll dry. And they'll always be a little bit tacky, but they're not going to run into each other. But they've got to leave a few days to do that. So I've got my cobalt blue, and I'm going to leave the blues out because I need those in a minute. So the next one would be phthalo blue. So I've got 2 drops of phthalo blue, and I'm going to put 2 drops of phthalo blue in that side, and I want another. I only put 1 drop of cobalt blue. I'm going to put 2. Now you don't need any more than a couple of drops, unless you're doing a big painting. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh dear, can't believe I just forgot to press record when I first started, but never mind. So this is recorded for Ustream.tv and also for YouTube for people to watch at their leisure. And I'm just filling my palette of how I mix colours. And I would do this so that I want 1 phthalo green. Actually, I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to 2, and 1, and that's the phthalo blue. Don't forget, you've got to shake them every time. And then I'm going to put 1 drop in that one, and 1 drop in that one, 2 drops in that one, and then my phthalo green is going in that corner. And the reason is, when I do the birds, I really like the phthalo turquoise that I make. And so that's cobalt, that's phthalo blue, and that's phthalo blue with colour. And these all should be slightly different now. So we've got a phthalo colour, then we've got a greenier, 2 greens to 1 blue, that's 2 blues to 1 green, this is green, and that's blue. So all my phthalo colours are in there, and I don't really like them when I'm doing traditional colours, but for unusual brights they're really, really good. I'm going to put my gamboge in, sorry, this is yellow ochre. Now I like yellow ochre, and so 2 colours, 2 drops, and I'm going to put 2 drops in that one. And again, you could put 3, but I'm just putting 2. And then I'm going to put 1 Venetian brown. And then again, 2 drops of Venetian brown there. And I'm going to put some 1 burnt umber there. Now the burnt umber goes a bit bitty. As you can see, it's a bit but it's still a beautiful colour, and all you have to do is with a damp brush mix it round and it comes back to its nice colour. So again, I don't want to move this tray because all these colours will just run into each other, and they'll be very nice, but I've just spent quite a long time. So eventually they will dry and I'll be able to touch that with a damp brush and get some really nice colours. So that's my phthalos. So now I'm going to go back to my yellows, sorry, to my yellows and my blues. So I'm not going to touch phthalo blue, but I've got 3 yellows and I've got 2 blues. And obviously here would be yellow, so this is the colour wheel. So I'm going to start here with the palest of yellows. I might leave that one actually. Here I'm going to put 2 drops of yellow Hansa in one corner and 2 in another. And I'm going to put 1 drop and I'm just going to test that. So that's a really nice, beautiful, rich green. So I'm going to put one blue in there. I'm actually going to go back and put another one in there because I want a paler version. Now it should have been the other way around, but hey ho, never mind. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. So I've got a paler version of the greens. So, oh, I've put the wrong yellow in there, didn't I? Is it yellow hands that I used? So this one I want 2 yellows and 3 yellows. I'll do this one first. So now I want to do the French ultramarine. 1 drop in there and 1 drop in there. And this is going to give me some really nice greens. And they should be slightly different unless I've done them the same. I may have done them the same. So now I want the yellow Hansa. 3 drops in there and 2 drops there. And cobalt blue. 1 drop and 1 drop. And then I want 1 drop and 1 drop. And this is going to give me some really nice greens. And that's quite a dark one, but then this will be lighter. So we've got like a hooker's green, and we've got deep forest green. So we've got some quite nice greens. And I can't remember what I did next. French up. I'll do the gamboge and gamboge and French ultramarine. I think those two are the same. I might just try this one. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll put this in the phthalo green. See what happens to phthalo green when we warm it up a bit. So you can choose your yellows. And I think I might do that with this one as well. And then we'll put the bright yellow with it. So we're going to have some quite nice greens, and bearing in mind most of the colour books I've got a lot of foliage in there, so that's looking quite good. Possibly just 1 extra just to give it the edge. So we've got quite a lot of greens there, and we've got quite a lot of reds, and we've got 1 or 2 blues. We've got some pale greens. What else shall I do? If I use the brown, the Venetian brown, I might just put black and white over here. I don't normally use those. Don't really normally use those. I think I'll do I have a French ultramarine there, so I'm going to put some more in there. 2 of those. Just for a different blue. Just for a tiny bit of a different blue. Probably just made cobalt, but it's a different blue. And most of the pale is worked in. Most of the pale work comes from, the paler colours come from just adding water, so you know, I don't really need to add white. I just wanted to know what it would do with these colours, these blues. So we can pop those away. So I've got some quite nice colours, and I think this is for cerulean blue. I forgot my cerulean blue, but I haven't bought it yet. Very cold blue, colder than cobalt blue. Right. Now they do wash off your hands, but bear in mind, very, very strong colours. Very strong colours. And I have to remember to keep that flat, because those colours are like water. Water droplets, and they will mix. Yes, Kingo, that's set 1. Most of it is set 1, except for, I think I bought the magenta, and I bought burnt umber. But that's set 1. I think it was $63 when I looked. But I would have really bought just 6 colours and played with those first. Having said that, I do like them, so they're not going to be wasted. So I have a choice, and they will be completely different, working from wet and working from dry. So I'm going to finish this one, and this is working dry. The fishes. I'll find the fishes. Let me see if I can find the fish. I did put the thing in then. Moved it. I think it's in Animorphia. Yeah, it's in Animorphia. And again, this is working from. Okay, thank you. Right. So, let me have a look. This is working. I'm just trying to think. I wanted to do this page first. I'll do this page first. I wanted to work in Hannah Carlson's book. So I am going to put those very carefully on there. And I've got actually what I'll do is I'll finish that short video, and I'll put another one up. So that's just doing a little bit of colour mixing with the HYDRUS watercolours. Thanks for watching.